everyone, welcome to the Captain Drone YouTube channel. My name is Steve and this would be the brand new GEPRC CINEBOT 25 version 2. So what's so great about this quad? Well, let me give you the highlights. First off, it is under 250 grams when you take the battery off. It does have the DJI O4 Pro camera system in it, and it is on a vibration dampening system. So the camera actually moves around as there's vibrations, so that means you get jello-free video. The next really cool thing that you don't see on many quads is the entire nose section comes right off with the camera and the transmission system, and GEPRC says they did that because they are going to make future quads, whoops, like this, where you can just buy the whoop without the camera, and then you take the camera from this one and transmission system all in one, and you just stick it in the whoop that you buy. So if you're unaware, a DJI transmission system is about $250 to $300 US added to the price of the quad. So if you can buy a quad without it, well, then you're going to save $250 to $300 US when you buy your next quad. They've also added a finder beeper to this, so I could turn it on with my remote over here. It's pretty darn loud. You're going to find this if you ever lose it. They also have the lights on the bottom, LED lights integrated, and if I find my switch, I could turn them on or off. They're off, on, off. And the next cool thing is GEPRC is marketing this towards first-time FPV pilots. So what they've done different in this quad compared to other FPV drones on the market is the following. Whatever radio you have, I have a Radiomaster TX15 ELRS because I have an ELRS receiver in here, but whatever radio you have, you do not have to go into the joystick settings on the radio or adjust the PIDs in the drone because it's set up already for beginners. So what that means is if you've ever seen somebody who's new at flying FPV, especially if they came from the DJI world, they move these joysticks all over the place, and that's not how you fly FPV. When you fly FPV, you barely move the joysticks. You're moving them like millimeters. So what they did is they put a dampening effect in the drone. It's tuned to be much more dampened. So as long as you're not going crazy with the joysticks and moving them everywhere, this will stay pretty stable in the air and fly nicely. You're going to see that in this review, and as a matter of fact, I think I'm going to fly this indoors right now. So as many of you know, I am moving from one house to another. If you look at your screen, that is the thumbnail of the video where I announced that I was moving. If you haven't watched it, go check it out. So currently my house is all in boxes. Everything's torn apart everywhere. This entire studio area, my music area, my living room, my bedrooms, it's all torn apart. So what I'm going to do for your benefit, the viewer, is I'm going to fly this around my house. I'm going to show you how easy it is to fly indoors. So yeah, if you're a real estate agent and you're learning FPV, this may be one that you want to get to fly indoors. Anyways, I'm going to go fly right now around the house, and I'll tell you what you see while we fly. And you'll see how smooth it is. Now we're about to take this for a flight, but there is one thing I forgot to tell you that's pretty cool on this quad. There's also a GPS in the back, a little GPS here, and you're going to use that for GPS rescue or looking at where home is when you're flying outdoors. GPS doesn't work indoors, so you're not going to see it in this flight. Now I've set mine up so that the GPS, even though it can't get satellites, it's not going to activate indoors. In other words, it's going to let me arm this quad without GPS activation. So plug this in and we'll plop it down there. Okay, I've never done this before, so this would be a first to enjoy. Just to show you the stability, I'm going to fly in angle mode. So it's going to stay pretty stable. It's going to drift around, you know, the wind blowing off the walls, but it should be good. Here we go, arm. And let's take it up. Tells me GPS rescue is off. I've just got to hold it still in the air. But I want to show you this. Look at what you're looking at. There's one airplane, maybe two. Everything is a disaster down here as I'm getting ready to move. Look at that. Everything's folded up. Those are shelving units. This is my studio. This is the size of it over here. Whoa, I'm coming down too low. Hang on. Let's go forward. So, come through my studio. I'll try not to crash into anything. Going to the back of the wall. Normally this is filled with RC products, but there's nothing now. So let's go through the rest of the house. I'll show you the mess. So there we go. We have rooms here. Normally this area is all filled with RC products on shelving units, but everything's packed up. Look at the RC cars just thrown over there. You won't see too many RC planes anymore because I sold most of them. So we'll go this way. Now I don't know if this is a good idea, but I'm going to show you my music room. If you've ever watched my Jam Man videos, I have another YouTube channel. I haven't posted to it in a long time, but this is my music area, workshop where I build stuff, and then storage. And way back here is the music area. This is where all the Jam Man videos are. So normally I have about 26 guitars hanging around, and I probably have about 30 amplifiers of all types, but everything's been packed up and moved, so there's nothing much back here. So let's come back this way. You can see it's just a disaster. And all of this stuff has to be packed in a format that the movers will take, because they don't like it if you have stuff loose. All right, let's check out the rest of the house. I'll go back this way. So come this way. That timer is just how long I've been flying. So let's see if I can turn here without crashing. There we go. Oh, don't want to crash. Going upstairs is it's difficult with drones a lot of times because they want to go up and you're going to hit the ceiling. But there, we're good now. We're up. Okay, so I'll show you the... Oh, I hit a wall. Still good, still good, still good, still good. That's the great thing about this. It does have prop guards. All right, so coming through here, this is kitchen area. This is a family room area, living room area. You can see boxes on the sides here as things get packed up. It's yeah, it's a lot of work. It's taken my wife and I several weeks to get even this far in the packing. Here, I'll go up even farther. You can see up here, there's a kid's room on the left, another kid's room on the right. But the kids have all grown up and moved out, so their rooms are all packed up. That's it. Wow. 2 minutes. All right, coming down to 2 minutes. There's more rooms over here. We're gonna go over. Whoa! Didn't mean to hit that. Didn't mean to hit that. I'm knocking pieces off my roof. Let's get over here. I gotta drop this fast. There we go. Get over there. I tell you, flying an FPV. Whoa! I'm hitting all sorts of things. That's what I'm telling people, is that with prop guards and the stability in angle mode, you can bang into a lot of stuff and things will stay smooth. And also you'll get good flight times indoors. All right, so there we are, through here. I'll go over here in my messy kitchen. And, you know, I feel like a real estate guy right now showing you a house that is like not ready for move-in. This house is gonna go on the market to be sold, and everything's gonna be taken out, and I have to do a paint job in it as well. All right, I'm down to about a minute of flight remaining, so let's bring it back to myself. 1 minute, that is. I set a 5-minute timer. Hey, there's another plane. Not many planes left. Anyways, let's go over here and go see me one last time. Over here. There we are. And turn around. I'm going to come back and land over here. Go down. There we are. So now what I want to show you is the outdoor flight. I took it out in freezing cold temps so I could show you GPS rescue and how good it is. So check this out. All right, it's time for the outdoor flight, but it is pretty chilly outside. It's minus 14 degrees Celsius. I'll show you what that is in Fahrenheit. You can see it's pretty darn frosty. So what I've done is on my drive here, I've left my little GEPRC quad right there on the heating vent with the battery so that it stays nice and warm. Another thing I'll show you I've done is it's going to land in the snow. So it's got a pretty cool bottom on it, and the bottom is pretty much one solid piece, although there are vent holes for the DJI system and for the transmission system, and I've covered them up with tape. They're not required because it's so cold out. So I'm hoping when this lands in the snow, snow stays out of all the electronics, but we'll see. So now I'm at my beach area, and it's pretty much barren. You can see I can look around. There's really no humans here. If there are humans, they're out ice fishing. It's pretty darn cold. I just want to show you something. So I'm going to sit over here in my Jeep, and I put the takeoff and landing pad way over here. Can you see it? The sun is coming in and out, but it's over there. The reason I have it far away is because I might try the GPS return home as long as the quad doesn't freeze up. All right, so when I fly this baby, I'm going to fly with the LED lights off because I don't want to suck up any battery power. It's really cold out here, and it's not the day to be using extra battery power. These big gloves, I can't even plug the battery in. All right, there we go. Lights come on just for a second. They'll turn off because I have them turned off on my radio. And I'll put the quad right down here. She's all set to go. The GPS in the back is going to get satellites. And when it gets all the satellites, it'll make a bunch of beeps. And it will show them to me in my goggles. And then I'll have a return to home at this location. Here we go. Now, I don't like to fly with gloves on. Listen to the sound of this. I don't like to fly with gloves on. So I'm going to put my hands in here. Put the radio in here. Oh, I have to put the defog on. Here, hang on a sec. There we go. It's too cold. My eyeballs are too warm for the amount of cold out here. You want acro mode? Flight mode acro. There we go, arm, and oh my god, I'm so cold here. Armed, here we go. First flight, maiden flight. Frozen man coming right at me. There we are. So right off the bat, I'm going to tell you, it is designed for smooth flight right out of the box. It doesn't fly super fast. I haven't adjusted the camera to go super fast. I've left it pretty average, so yeah, I can fly around myself here. All right, so that's pretty good. Let's go it this way a little bit, up. And I can already see the batteries affected. I'm just going to do a little spin here. Try some macro. It does it well. If you look out at the water, it just looks like barren land. Looks like there's nothing out there. But if I go over here a little bit, I'm not going to bother anybody. Right over there, that's a guy ice fishing down there. I'm not going to go bother him. And you can see some other marks. This is all water out here. Brr, it's so cold, guys. Oh, the wind is just blowing. My face is freezing. I know you're probably thinking, he complains all the time out in the cold, but I've got to get this review done because I am moving from one house to another, and this is the only day I have. So coming back to me, obviously not doing too much flying here. I'm going to keep it pretty tame so the battery doesn't die on me. My fingers are kind of frozen, so I don't really have the dexterity required for acro flying right out here to do anything phenomenal. Yeah. Everything's ice. I'm just going to show you this over here. I'm going to go this way. This is the Ottawa River, and you can see it is frozen as well. Also, if I show you my inside my goggles, you can see it's flashing low battery right now because it's so cold. And you can also see an arrow pointing back towards home. But yeah, we just got to take it nice and easy. All right, guys, there's the Ottawa River. All the way down there, ice. All the way down here, ice. Okay, coming back. Sorry that this is a short flight. I am just so frozen, and so is the battery. Ooh, let's go back. So I am going to try GPS return to home. Just want to show you where I am. So I'm going to go around this way and over here, and we're going to see what it does in GPS return home. I'll go out a bit just so I can find it if it falls in the snow. I am going to try the return to home. I've just got to find it on here. I think it's this one. Here we go. GPS on. GPS on. There we go. So it should turn around and come back. See if I can grab this out of there. I think it's still on. It's coming someplace. Let's see where she goes. Okay, I got the remote with me. Oh, let's see. It's coming down. Coming down. I hear it plop, plop, plop. It's coming. It's gonna hit the snow. Slowing down. Look at that. Smash right into the ice, but it landed. So let me just show you this. That's GPS return to home in freezing temperatures where the barometer is frozen, and there is the landing pad over there. So little quad and landing pad and frozen pilot here. It's too cold. I gotta go in. Here we have the box the drone arrives in. Opening the box, you'll find the drone and accessories. The only pieces on the drone that you need to snap into position would be the two antennas up top. You can see here that the frame is made out of carbon fiber, but the prop guards are made out of molded plastic. And if you look closely, you can see that an LED strip has already been pre-installed in the molded plastic. Accessories included in the box include one set of spare props, one battery strap and many spare screws, several vibration dampeners and a battery grip, a couple of tools and some spare antennas, additional parts for the frame, DJI 04 documentation, instructions on how to set up GPS rescue, as well as a quick start guide, product support cards, as well as a set of stickers. Alright, so you're back to me, and if you're wondering what flight controller is in this, it is an F7 Tacker flight controller, F22 at 32-bit. The brushless motors on here are 1404 brushless motors at 4600 kV. A really cool feature that I forgot to mention is the battery. You can mount a battery this way, as I have here, going from the nose to the back, or if the battery is too large or awkward, you can mount it sideways. There's these little railings on either side. They unscrew and they can plug in sideways, so you can have a battery going this way or this way, your choice depending on battery size. And speaking of battery, it is an XT30, so make sure you have an XT30 connector on your battery. I should also mention that the battery you use is going to affect your flight time and the weight. So if you look at the screen right now, you can see me checking out different size batteries. Each battery weighs a different amount. And even when I went to a low battery all the way up to a high battery, you could see in the video that I'm always over 250 grams. So if you want to get this under 250 grams, you'd really have to use a very tiny battery, but you'd only probably get like 2 or 3 minutes of flight time if you did that. As mentioned earlier, I am using the Radiomaster TX15 and it is ELRS because I have an ELRS receiver in here. I believe you can get it plug and play. Plug and play means if you have the DJI FPV Remote 3, you can bind to this. And finally, max flight times. I've flown this outdoors, flown it indoors. I get better flight times indoors than outdoors because it's too cold outside right now, so the batteries die almost immediately. But indoors, you're getting anywhere from 8 minutes of flight time to average 5 minutes, depending on the size of battery you use. And speaking of battery, I would recommend an 1100. I'll bring it close so you can see what it looks like right there. That is one of the batteries they recommend. This will get you about 8 minutes of flight time on a warm day. So this brings me to my only negative with this quad, and that would be weight. It is over 250 grams. It doesn't matter. You're going to try all different batteries on here, but you're probably going to be close to 250 or over 250 grams. It's the only negative. But if I look at the positives, there are a ridiculous amount of positives about this quad that I'm not going to list them all, but I will say the best positive is that the whole camera system and transmission system comes off. You pull it right off this whole nose, and GEPRC has told me they are making future drones in the year 2026 that will be compatible with the nose, so you can just buy the quad and then take that nose and stick it on the next quad. It only connects with one little wire. The wire is very simple. You just plug it in and you're ready to go. So a system like that would save you so much money because you can only fly one quad at a time, so you don't need the camera and transmission system on every single quad. You just put it on the quad you're going to fly at that time. Now there is one last thing I want to show you before I go, and that is this. GEPRC sent me this. I'll show you some photos. It is a GEPRC FPV drone toolkit, and inside you have every single piece and tool imaginable to work on FPV drones. I'll put a link to it below this video. You might want to check it out because I think it's a really decent little kit. There's not a lot of kits like this on the market that are designed exactly for an FPV quad that has everything. So trust me when I say there's everything in here to repair an FPV quad from GEPRC and other companies because yeah, all the components are similar. So the link to this toolbox is below this video. Go check it out. I don't know what the price is, but you'll see when you check it out. And of course, more importantly, the link to this baby is also below this video. Go check it out. If you have questions on this quad, post them below and I will get back to you. I don't know if you'll see any other videos from me because this whole studio is getting packed up tomorrow. So any videos you see will have been recorded before this was all packed up. So anyways, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And as I said, if you have questions on this guy, post it below and I'll get back to you. But for now, I say thanks for watching. Catch you in the next video. Bye.
Lights on.